Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the McLaren Technology Centre this morning for the launch of the Vodafone McLaren Mercedes MP4-27. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome the Vodafone operating companies around the world watching us live this morning, as well as supporters watching online. Can I please welcome to the stage, and will you help me do so, the Vodafone McLaren Mercedes test and development drivers Gary Paffett and Oliver Turvey, accompanied by the 2012 race drivers Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton. Welcome. Morning, Oliver. A manly stride.
We tried.
You tried, and you succeeded. Your horsepower, your machinery, your office, Jenson and Lewis, for the 2012 season. Excited about this?
Yeah, very excited. I mean, first of all, good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. Very exciting day for us all. You know, I think this is the moment when we see how hard we've all been working, and it's a very, very exciting day. But first of all, I need to say a big thank you to these guys. These guys have been flat out since we finished the racing of 2011 on improving this car as much as they could in the simulators. So big thanks to them, and you know, I'm looking forward to getting out in the car next week in Jerez.
Well, there's an awful lot gone into putting this car together. I think it's about time we saw it. Do you reckon, Lewis, Jenson?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Should we do it? Let's unveil, please, the Vodafone McLaren Mercedes MP4-27, the challenger for the 2012 Formula One season.
Yeah. Let's make sure it doesn't fall off. Try not to rip any of it off.
Careful with that cloth.
It's quite heavy.
And there we are, ladies and gentlemen, in all her glory, the MP4-27. First time, Lewis, that you've seen the car. What are your initial thoughts on it?
I think it was fantastic. Firstly, good morning, everyone. It's great to be here again after a great winter, and just seeing the hard work that's gone into building this car is you know, it's very inspiring, and I think the car is probably the most refined looking car we've had for some time now, so very excited to get back into it.
I'm sure both you and Jenson itching to get onto the track. How important is it to start firing straight away, to hit the ground running, as it were, when we come to testing?
Very important, and you know, it's something that we know. You know, we've got to come out of the box and be strong. And the important thing about testing it is what it says on the tin. You know, it's testing, and it's about finding your feet throughout the days of testing before the first race, so that you arrive at the first race with confidence in you know, the people that you're working with, and also in the car that you're driving. So it's a very, very important time for the whole season. So we're excited. I'm sure every team is a little bit apprehensive when it comes to testing. Yeah, I can't wait to jump into the car.
Come and take a bit of a closer look, Jenson and Lewis, if you can, for a moment. And it looks very much like an evolution of last year's car, but I'm sure a whole lot has changed underneath the skin, Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've changed the side pods. We had the L-shaped side pods last year. The front of the car is generally the same. Obviously the nose dips down a little bit different to last year. We've changed our wind mirrors a little bit, so hopefully we'll be able to see a lot better, which is something, that I was pushing hard for. Yeah, Felipe will be very happy with that. Then particularly the back of the car is a lot neater than it was last year. It's much, much tighter, so the focus very much on making it as snug as possible at the back to improve aerodynamics. And yeah, it's just completely refined. The wing is a little bit better in terms of dropping drag, and we've tried our best to improve the rear floor, especially with no blown diffuser this year. It's going to be very tricky for us. We'd lose a lot of downforce without the blown diffuser. When we were on power last year and when we were off power, we had an incredible amount of downforce just coming from the back floor with the exhaust blowing just by the spat, and we don't have that this year. So that's really the biggest loss for us, and we're trying to regain it in all other ways. But I think the guys have done a fantastic job, and it's a lot trickier to drive the way it is right now. But I think as we get into the season, I think we'll slowly begin to improve and find out where that downforce can come from.
McLaren have been a team that have fought successfully for many, many years, Jensen. And Lewis, please just come a little bit further down to the front. What is it about this team that makes them so able to fight at the top and so competitive and successful over the years, do you think?
Well, for me, I've been here for 2 years, but already I feel like I'm part of the team, you know. And it's very important to have that atmosphere where you all sort of work together, you build the team together, and you race as a team. You know, you win and you lose together, and that is key to any team, be it a football team, a rugby team, or a Formula One team. You know, and that's something that is very good here. The personnel, you know, we have very good amount of engineers, aerodynamicists, but also the mechanics, and everyone in this team seems to be very positive when they go into a new season. Even when things haven't quite gone their way, or you know, the team's way over the winter, they still are very positive, knowing that they can really pull themselves to the front. And you can see that because almost every year that this team races in Formula One, they are challenging for a world championship or very close to it, and they always come away with race victories. So it's a great place to be, and I've really enjoyed my time here so far, and this is still only the beginning, I feel.
And Lewis, this is your 6th season with Vodafone McLaren
don't
Mercedes.
mention it.
I'd imagine you've enjoyed your time here as well, which is why you've kept on coming back year after year.
Absolutely. It feels very strange to be going into my 6th season. Feels very, very much like it was only yesterday that I went up to Ron when I was 10 and explained to him that I wanted to race for his team. But it's been a fantastic journey, and of course we've been competing at the front for all those years that I've been here. You know, we are one of the only teams, if not the only team, that's won a Grand Prix every year, and 3 of those years we've been competing for the title right to the end. So it just shows, as Ron's famous words, our strength in depth. You know, we've got a great team with incredible amount of strength, great foundation in which we work from, and as Jensen said, they just never give up.
Stay here at the front of the car, if you will, gentlemen. I'm just going to have a quick chat to the development drivers at the back here, the boys who have been putting in so much work since Brazil. Gary Paffett, first to you. It's quite an achievement to see the car come together, and it must be great for you to play a part as well in putting the MP4-27 in one piece as we see it today.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. We've been driving this car in a simulator in various guises for probably about 6 months now, so it's amazing to finally see the finished product that we've been driving for so long. And the work doesn't finish now, so we will continue to develop the car during this season as we do every year, trying to help the drivers out with the race setups and everything through the race weekend as well. So the work we do in the simulator is very extensive, and hopefully it's going to really drive this team forward and challenge them for both the World Championships this year.
And we've got 3 very experienced, very talented drivers, and Oliver, you get to go first in the car. You've been given the honour of the first man to drive the MP4-27 at the shakedown in Spain next week.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great honour to be the first person to drive the car in the aero test at the weekend before the first test next week in Jerez. It's a very exciting time for everyone involved, and it's great to see the car here today. And looking forward to working hard for the rest of the season.
No pressure, just bring it back in one piece. You're also going to be driving, both of you, this year and race